Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Tennessee Titans and the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, we get ball first, too? Oh,
and
yes,
off we
sir.
go from SoFi Stadium. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Stafford on first down. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. Second down and 3. Stafford now to throw.
Ooh! Bro, you didn't even pick up the fucking block, man.
Bud Dupree. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Bud Dupree was a first-round draft pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers and really blossoming his last few years there, teaming with T.J. Watt to create quite the duo. Dupree had 8 sacks in 2020 before hurting his knee in Week 12, 11.5 in 2019, and signed with Tennessee for 5 years and better than $82 million.
He rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley. But it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
On the stop was Aaron Donald.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And some nice running going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams 24. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A first down carry for Henry.
Wow, you slow as fuck, man.
Zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them, but when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult, but this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the first. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4. They'll run for it with Akers. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Open man is Atwell, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
54 Mike. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. 22. Hurry.
On first down, it's Stafford. To the right side and complete to Atwell. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. So a nice catch right there. And this receiving core, without their number 1 wideout, keep that in mind. He's inactive this week, though it shouldn't be a long-term absence.
And I would think, partner, that this is where an offensive coordinator believes he can solve the problem by spreading the ball around. Because anytime you lose your number 1 guy, it's obviously a blow to your offense. But it's also an opportunity to say, hey, they can't focus on trying to stop one guy. Keep spreading it around. The last part, each one of those receivers.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Van Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So Well, they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. Now a hit and a loose football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
As that ball got away from him.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. These two teams all tied after 1. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now Tannehill. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, Henry. And he's got some space here. Past the 20. Touchdown, Titans. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Play action. Stafford. Throws left side. Atwell's got it. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford eluding the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
That's good.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screen play, is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
On the handoff, running left is Akers. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Running left, it's Henry. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll run on 1st down. It's Henry, and some room to work. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Derrick Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's going to have a 1st down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Bullock's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2nd and 2. They'll run it again with Henry. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's got a man. It's Ferkser, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. And even 150 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Tannehill. Touchdown! That's caught. Anthony Ferkser, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
in this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Rolling to his right. He'll dump this off to Akers. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 55 is mine, guys. 55. You don't know no better. Hey, check mine. Check mine. Watch it.
Stafford. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Bullet good on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
6 yards. That's good.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Forced out to his left. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Hunter Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. A nice run there on first down as Henry uses his size to plow forward. Call it a pickup of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Henry again on second down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Now it's Tannehill. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Here's Brett Kern now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Then they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Stafford. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. He's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tanner Rapp with a pick. And the Ramzes are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, it's Stafford. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
17 more yards.
On first down, Stafford here. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup.
Play action, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
6 brings up 2nd and 4.
Stafford now to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 171 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Henry. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said is,
they've got his man complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for L.A. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. He's going to look downfield for Henry, and it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him, and now it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That's on the guard, David Edwards. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Here's Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And the Titans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And Henry gets the call there on first down as he pushes his way forward. A pickup of about 5. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Tannehill now to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
And that one is caught. So they convert here and don't look now, but this one's back to a one-score game. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Tannehill. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Titans, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.